behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Mash TV. Palm Mash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Palm Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got another great interview coming up shortly. But don't forget about the subscribe and bell buttons below you there. You'll always be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there as well. And pay attention to the description part as well as the closing credits at the end of this episode for content info. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Edmonton, Alberta, Canada today, we have Shimmer Johnson. Very awesome artist. I think you're really going to love her. And we're going to get to that in a second, but before we do, let's have another quick word from the Caden Gordon Show. So don't go away. We'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, we have Shimmer Johnson with us today. Thanks for joining us, Shimmer.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no problem. We're glad to have you. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your journey as far as music goes? I mean, have you always wanted to be an artist since you were little? Did it come much later? I mean, tell us in your own words. I'd love to hear.
Well, yeah, I've always loved singing since I was around 3 years old. My dad was in a country band, and every morning we kind of would sit together and sing music. Tanya Tucker, a whole bunch of other stuff. Just we used to sing all the time. And when I got to be about a teenager, I started doing more of the contests and all that and singing at school assemblies and you name it. And then when I turned 18, I got into a rock band, and then I did pop. And for a short time, I did live in Branson, Missouri, and when I from 15 to 18, and learned a lot of country stuff out there. And yeah, so I've kind of been all over the map from pop to country to rock and just all different types of music. And so when I started writing, was about 21 years old, I started writing my own songs with my partner, Corey Johnson. And basically, from there, we started with an adult contemporary type album, and then we did some pop stuff, and then we released some country stuff, we released some rock stuff, and I still do that till today. I basically am a multi-genre artist, and I have a few different projects that I'm actually working on right now. Circle the Wolves is my rock stuff. Shimmer Johnson is my pop stuff as well as my EDM stuff. The last 2 years, I've been doing a lot of top lining for EDM music and DJs all around the world. So I do that as well. And Silas is my other co-writer, and that's for our pop stuff. Right now, we have a producer that has worked with Sia and Kelly Clarkson, mixing one of our latest songs, When Forever's Not Enough. So that'll be out at the end of summer, pretty much. And then we have our country stuff, which we use Shimmer Road. As you can see, I always put Shimmer in everything except for the rock stuff. So Shimmer Johnson's my pop stuff. Shimmer Road is my country stuff. And then Circle the Wolves is my rock stuff. So if you guys want to check it out, you're welcome just to Google that, and I will totally pop up on every platform you can find. So.
Okay. Well, your stuff is great, and we're going to find out in a minute here. But tell us a little bit about some of your favorite people that really influenced you when you were growing up.
Growing up, I loved the divas. So I was really big on Celine Dion and Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston. So there was a point where I wanted to be able to sing Mariah Carey's Without You, and she holds that note for 33 seconds, I believe. And I wanted to be able to hold that. So I went and found myself a part-time job at 12 and made my first little bit of money, and I paid for my own 2 lessons to learn how to breathe properly because I wanted to be able to hold that note for 33 seconds. And though I didn't hold the note for 33 seconds, I did get to about 28 seconds, which was pretty good for me, and I was happy with it once I learned how to breathe properly. And yeah, and basically, the divas are what really got me singing, like really singing. And then in my early teenage years, I lived in Branson, like I said. And so I had this really crappy car that would only play country music. I couldn't pick up any other stations on that crappy car I had. So I learned lots of country, and I learned harmonies from driving around in my car to random country music that was on the channel. I also used to sing with the kids from the Osmonds. So I graduated with David Osmond, and I used to sing with Scott Osmond in choir. So we did lots of state competitions in our high school. And then when I got to be 18, I moved back to Canada with my mom, and ended up starting to listen to like Tori Amos and Kate Bush, and kind of the grungier alternative stuff. And then Evanescence came around, and I really fell in love with that. And when I met my partner at around 21, that's when I started co-writing, and we kind of converged all of the stuff I had learned over the years into different types of music that I eventually put out. So.
Okay, well, yeah, those are some great artists there. I think you mentioned Mariah Carey and all those, and as you mentioned earlier, about multi-genre. That's what my show is about anyway. I mean, I don't think there's a genre I don't do on my show.
Exactly.
Now, just a moment ago, you volunteered the fact that you can find yourself just about everywhere, like streaming and social media, stuff like that. Do you have an official website as well, or?
Yeah, I do. If you go to shimmerjohnson.com, you can check out all my stuff, and it has all the links to everything. If you go to circlethewolves.com, same thing. You can hear all the rock stuff. And if you go to shimmerroad.com, you can hear all the country stuff. So.
Okay, well, go over there, like she said, all streaming, social media, and shimmerjohnson.com. And I know you would love her stuff, and I think you're going to love her right now because she's got this video here. It's called Vices, and it's a great song. What's the story behind this song? We'd love to hear
it. Vices, I always wanted to write kind of a song because we all have our own issues, and we all know what our issues are. And it's just basically figuring it out and working your way through life, really. And so basically I wanted to write a song like that. So when Shane, which is Silas, when Shane Roberts sent me the track, I sat down and really put my mind to it, and I wrote something exactly what I wanted to say with a really good message. And Vices is what happened. So it is part of my pop music. And like I said, me and Shane are working on an album right now, so that'll be out soon. But here's Vices for everybody to listen to, and I hope you guys like it.
Okay. Well, as I said, it's a great song, and I know you're going to love it. We're going to get to that in a second. But Shimmer, thank you so much for coming on the show today. If you ever want to come back and plug that or anything else in the future, just let us know. We'll have you back on again.
All right, that sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. And here it is, Vices by Shimmer Johnson, that begins right now.
Why am I so discouraged? Why do I feel down when I'm so far up? I worked so hard, found the courage, but even then I don't feel I am good enough. And my eyes so broke. So cold, 'cause I'm losing hope. Can't lose myself. I've lived through hell, made some choices I'm not proud of, know my vices, learn to stand out. So
so embarrassed? We all have a past, we all have some lies. Why am I so unfocused when I can see the other side? I can't